Welcome on the cosmic atom, they arrived laughing, mocking destiny and you, sitting across from the psychic as if it were all a joke, a casual night of fun, taunting, and superficial arrogance. They never expected the cosmos to respond, but it did, and not with tenderness. Their smirks grew ghostly pale as the reality, unfiltered and biting, broke through. Reading it wasn't amusement. It was exposure. They assumed they were there to have a chuckle at your expense. Instead, they heard a prophecy unfolding about themselves. The chosen ones propagate this. You upset them. They sense your authority, even if they deny it. They wanted to disprove their concerns about you. But the psychic revealed your actual nature and their impending demise. Your ascension is unavoidable. They're plagued by who you are and what they lack. They are perplexed as to why you have such an impact on them. They already know you were picked. They cling on illusions for security. But the truth is out. They tremble in front of the chosen one, whom they have humiliated. Your presence is not accidental. Your energy inspires people. They witnessed the chuckle, but discovered their demise. Mocking the selected leads to disaster. They saw it as a harmless joke. But the cosmos does not play games. Speaking your name and the truth sealed their destiny. Their smirks changed to fear. They intended to ridicule, but found their own lives mirrored. They questioned their fixation with you, and the reality struck hard. It was jealousy. The universe judged them. Their ridicule has repercussions. The chosen ones are different. Your presence alters atmospheres. They laughed, but went terrified, compelled to confront the reality. They anticipated to be superior, but instead felt scrutinized. Mocking, you crossed a boundary, and the universe retaliated. They joke yet own their flaws. Fear of the universe, rather than the selected mockers, becomes the mocked. They seemed haughty. Your name is a joke. However, energy is not trivial. The psychic revealed their destiny. Their laughing ended as they walked into something genuine. The psychic reflected their anxieties and insecurities. It was not humorous. They tried to make a joke, but they had to confront their own reality. Obsessed with you. Envy and obsession were shown. The universe assessed the selected ones. Energy is powerful. You have been spotted. They laughed, but departed frightened, unable to deny the reality. They felt examined. The universe observed their wickedness. In search of a cheap chuckle, they rectified their weaknesses. Manipulated energy shows the truth. They tried to joke, but their reflection markers were criticized. Arrogance has met its equal. It was a game until it wasn't. The psychic's tone altered. It was about them. Their laughing faded. The psychic reflected their anxieties. They tried to make fun of themselves, but they realized they were obsessed with the truth. They questioned their obsession. Envy was revealed. Consequences ensued. The chosen ones are not to be taken lightly. When you're in their minds, you're a force. Power is quiet. Laughter, mentioning your name, changed everything. The psychic did not ridicule. They questioned why the fixation. The game broke apart. They were the hunted. Why the fixation? The responses were unpleasant. Jealousy, insecurity. Their mocking exposed their frailty. The session focused on their darkness rather than yours. They ridiculed and are now tormented. You are the trigger for their awakening. The chosen one's presence is sufficient. They scoffed and unleashed a power. The psychic revealed fate. The tone moved towards them. The atmosphere became thick with truth. Their mocking exposed their hardships. Their self-delusion crumbled. They departed, shaken, exposed. You sparked their change. They are mocking you. They became trapped. Negative remarks revealed their intense obsession. Their laughing fueled the bond. The reading was intended to awaken them. They confronted their reflection, jealousy, anger, and insecurity. They opened a door that they cannot shut. The joke was on them. In their minds, you are a powerful presence. Laughter does not equal power. But who remains unscathed? Your name changed everything. The psychic inquired about their preoccupation. The game changed. They were hunted. Why the fixation? Painful truths, jealousy, and insecurity. Their mocking revealed their weaknesses. The session revealed their darkness. They ridiculed. Now haunted. You are the catalyst. The chosen ones do not seek retribution. Their presence is sufficient. Mocking you released a power. The psychic revealed fate. Concentrate on them. Their mocking exposed their hardships, unraveling their own illusion. They left vulnerable. You triggered their metamorphosis. They were stuck after mocking you, demonstrating your influence. The reading was a wake-up call, revealing their jealousy and insecurities. They opened a door that they cannot shut. The joke was on them. When you are in their minds, you are a force they cannot ignore. Mocking you demonstrated their passion. The psychic revealed their envy and insecurities. They departed, having played the trick on them. Your presence is a force that exposes their darkness. They pronounced your name as if it meant nothing. A punchline, a flimsy jest, a pathetic effort to distract themselves from their own vulnerability. But the instant your name left their lips, the energy changed. What they saw as mocking became a mirror, revealing the fundamental flaws in their own basis. Every word they spoke in your presence changed the tale. Not yours, but theirs. They felt they could weaken you, dull your brightness, and bury you under their world of mediocrity. But the universe had other intentions. Instead of silence, they unleashed a power they couldn't understand. The room became heavy, not from your reply, but rather from the weight of their own unsolved issues. Their laughing was loud at first, confident and contemptuous. But as the psychic continued, the atmosphere intensified and the laughing grew hollow. What was once amusement has evolved into worry. They had not only mentioned your name, they had summoned your uncontrolled, unmistakable force. And with that, the illusion crumbled. They believed they were brilliant. However, every insult became a confession. The psychic didn't just read you. They uncovered them, exposed, raw, and rattled. They were compelled to admit how deeply their ridicule sprang from their own fear and inadequacies. They came looking for a joke, a short moment of dominance. But they departed with a weight, a fact they couldn't deny. Your intensity was never something they could dismiss. It was something they could never comprehend. It remained sturdy, brilliant, and commanding while they crumpled beneath the weight of their own expectations. The reading became a reckoning. Their hubris led to their ruin. The authority they attempted to parody became the same force that toppled them. And when they walked out from that session, the air gripped them differently, charged with the indisputable knowledge that your presence will not be messed with. Every joke they said, every hint of doubt, now resonates in their minds. Not power, but remorse. They did not just strive to pull you down. They shared the depths of their own anguish. They'd opened a door that would never shut. And now the truth follows them. Relentless and unrelenting. You are the chosen one. A force too swift to be contained by mockery. Mockery cannot dull a brightness this pure. And despite their attempts to turn your name into a weapon, they simply sharpen the sword that now protects your way. The universe maintains the equilibrium, and it recalled what they had put in action. Arrogance has returned to them as a discovery. Your presence shattered their illusions, and now they must confront what they had concealed even from themselves. They arrived with the expectation that they would dominate the narrative. Rather, they became the tale, a cautionary story on the consequences of mocking something you don't understand. And they departed transformed, burdened, and plagued by a reality they couldn't shake. They finally understood. You were not the delicate one. You were the storm they didn't see coming. They went into the psychic session believing they were in charge, looking for nothing more than a cheap chuckle, a little amusement at your cost. However, what awaited them was far from hilarious. Instead of fueling their egos with mocking, they were met with an unedited, honest representation of their own inner agony. The arrogant smirks they wore immediately disappeared as the psychic revealed their true feelings. Jealousy disguised as sarcasm was, in reality, a confession of deep-rooted insecurity. They had spent so long telling themselves that following your life was a harmless interest, maybe even a fun worry. But when the psychic's comments cut through their illusions, it became brutally evident that every sarcastic remark and whispered statement was motivated by jealousy. Their concentration had never been on you. Everything about you served as a reminder of what they lacked. They arrived anticipating amusement and departed with a mirror, one they couldn't take their eyes away from. That mirror revealed why your presence bothered them so greatly. It was not because you were defective. It was because you were strong, untouchable. The psychic did not participate in their game or gratify their underlying objective. Instead, she mentioned the vibe around you. An irrefutable power is protected by something bigger, something divine. The more they sought to undermine you, the more they showed their own flaws. As your name was announced, the air in the room became thick. They couldn't explain the presence in the air, but they couldn't deny it either. Their effort to create a joke resulted in a reckoning, a spiritual encounter with their inner darkness. As the session progressed, the psychic's words struck like waves. Each one washed away another layer of their inflated confidence. There was no laughing or jokes to take home, just the awful weight of self-realization. Your name had invoked not laughter, but reality, which they were not prepared to confront. They were not the ones in charge. They were merely focusing their discontent with themselves onto someone whose energy was too dazzling to ignore. The more they attempted to minimize your essence, the more it demanded respect. They came to degrade you, but they departed feeling little, bereft of every illusion they had previously held onto. The psychic's voice, which had been soft, became somber as she spoke of heavenly powers around you, who would not allow unfair assaults prompted by your mere presence. A response this strong was not a reflection of your inadequacies, but of their inner turmoil. Every sneer they had formerly delivered with ease now bounced back with searing clarity, a reminder that every effort to knock you down simply exacerbated their own demise. The energy in the room had altered them. They recognized that the cosmos does not tolerate the ridicule of the selected. Every word, idea, and insult they launched at you had been met with an unexpected spiritual power. They were obliged to accept something they had previously denied. Your name represented weight, force, and light. Every time they said it maliciously, it became a confession of their own incompetence. They left the room haunted, not by you, but by the reality. They could no longer avoid the fact that by attempting to reduce you to nothing, they had merely exposed the hollowness of their own life. In the end, the lesson became evident. You were never an issue. They embodied their energy and ridicule. Their fixation had never affected you. It just exposed them. And now, with brains eternally transformed and hearts burdened down by the severity of what they had seen, they carry the knowledge that ridiculing the chosen does not break them. You break yourself. If this message triggered something inside you, causing you to contemplate, recall, or recognize anything, you are already on the road to change. Stay aligned and protected. Most importantly, be faithful to your light. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel the force of this truth and are ready to go further. Join our community, where where the selected will rise together. Until next time, be grounded and led. Never forget who you are. We will see you in the future video. Dear viewers, your support through Super Chat and membership is the only source of income that keeps this channel running. If you want me to continue uploading valuable content without delays and to stay motivated in providing you with the best wisdom, I need your help. Every contribution, big or small, makes a huge difference. Feel free to donate and support Pure Wisdom so we can keep growing together. Your generosity keeps this journey alive. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.